My work life has been pretty hectic, so I didn't get a chance to make the video when I received the email from Cadillac concerning the opening of orders for the Optic. It's a car that I've had my eye on for a while. I've taken it upon myself to kind of track the General Motors release notifications of upcoming electric vehicles in the Ultium portfolio. And so I saw when the first announcement of the Optic came out and the preliminary indications of when it was coming. It looked like a really nice car. Basically the Lyriq was pretty budget priced as far as I'm concerned. When you put it up against the Mercedes EQB and the Tesla Model X, the Lyriq comes in much less, plus it's eligible for the $7,500 tax credit, so I consider it to be a budget. But the Optic was even less. So as luxury EVs go, it definitely seemed to be poised to be a winner in the space. So there was some back and forth from people who view my channel concerning the Optic, because in my slide deck I say that it's a on the same platform as the Chevy Blazer. And the reason I said that is because of this. I'll go back to the email in just a second. Clean Technica released this article, and unfortunately Clean Technica has really been missing the mark on some of the reporting as of late, and I'm shaken. So I'm going to have to take what Clean Technica says now with a much higher grain of salt than I had previously. But this article is from 6 months ago, basically when the Optic was first announced, and through it they say, okay, well, is the Optic going to be a copy of the Equinox or the Blazer? And the author of this article takes the two and has some opinions about the back end and whatnot. And then there's this composite photo where, as a result, they say the Optic was going to be built on the Blazer platform. We now know that's not the case. The Optic is a luxury version of the Equinox. We know that because the wheelbases have been announced. So the Chevy Equinox is 116.3 inches of wheelbase. The Optic is 116, so that makes those two very similar. If you look at the wheelbase of the Chevrolet Blazer EV is 121.8 inches. The wheelbase of the Cadillac Lyriq is 122. So basically the Lyriq is a bigger version of the Blazer, and the Optic is a bigger version of the Equinox. There's also another Cadillac coming out called the VISTIQ, which is in between the Lyriq and the Escalade IQ. So that's not going to have a comparable model in between. At least I don't believe so. The Escalade is going to be similar to the Suburban and things like that. So once they start cross-platforming the Escalade, it'll go over into the Suburban and the GMC Yukon as electric vehicles. But right now, it is confirmed that the Cadillac Optic is not built on the Blazer platform. For anyone who I did some back and forth, and Anthony C., you know who you are, and I think there was a few other people through time. The reason why I thought the Optic was built on the Blazer was because of the reporting from Clean Technica, and basically this article where they show the composite photo between the two. And I suppose it made sense back then, but it was speculation, and I should have taken it as speculation, and I didn't. So my apologies there. But let's go over the email, because it is, as I say, a pretty good-looking car. There's been a lot of reporting on it. Cadillac did a good job with their PR getting YouTube first look videos out there. I've seen just a flood of them. And when you look at what's coming from General Motors, there's a pretty significant lineup of electric vehicles. The Optic is at the bottom end of the luxury category. And I've actually been thinking, because I've got a Volvo XC40 Recharge, which this would be a very good replacement for. We also have a Cadillac Lyriq, which is a bigger car. The Lyriq is really a big car. We have to nose it all the way into the garage in order to shut the garage door. And we're very happy with it. It's a very comfortable luxury car, great car to take road trips on. In fact, we're going to be taking a little mini couples date road trip tomorrow, just about a couple hours away, to go have a lunch date and go have some weekend time together. And we're taking the Lyriq. It's a very comfortable car to take. So anyway, The big news is that the Cadillac Optic is getting released with an estimated starting MSRP of $54,000, and it does qualify for the $7,500 tax credit. So in the luxury category, that's a very modest price for a luxury EV, and it's a SUV EV. So in my opinion, let's see, what would that be? It would be basically in the mid 40s, upper 40s for a starting price for a luxury EV. That's pretty damn good if you ask me. Anyway, just want to clear up that back and forth about the cross-platform with the Optic. I'm going to correct my slide deck. And anyway, I appreciate everyone who chimed in, and I apologize for any confusion. Thanks for watching.